along with Coach Jim Pearson, and tonight our Cable 36 High School Game of the Week features the number 2 team in Class 2A in the Fighting Irish of Springfield Catholic, this being week 8 of the season, Jim, and playoff action starts. The fact that the Fighting Irish are 7-0 and the number 2 team in the state, they finished second in the state playoffs last year. It doesn't matter because it all starts over tonight.
You are right that the new season starts, and this should be a great ball game. If I were looking outside, I'd swear I'd probably up Notre Dame Stadium, as many people that are here. We got about 3 radio stations and us, and I don't know, press and everybody else.
A lot of folks who are here. This is the KY3 Focus Game of the Week. To give our folks over at Channel 3 a plug, this is the game that they're focusing on tonight on this first Friday night of district play. And when you look at the 7-0 Fighting Irish, Bob Corneliuson in his 3rd year, he's won 26 and lost 5. That's a pretty good start. Includes 13-1 a year ago.
That's a great start. He just continued the tradition.
Bob Stouffer was the head coach before that, and they were able to build on what was started, and sometimes, though, as you know, it's tougher to stay there once you get there than it is to get there.
Yes, you're right, and it takes, there's going to be ups and downs in high school football.
Well, the Irish outstanding again this year. They've won 20 of their last 21 ball games dating back to the last season. As for Cabool, they come in 5-2. They're 3-2 in the South Central Association. Their 2 losses have been to 4A clubs. They lost 26-8 against West Plains. Salem beat them 35-17. And Cooper Carell in his first year after coming to Cabool from Hampton, Arkansas. And he has managed to instill a winning attitude in the Cabool Ball Club. The Fighting Irish, as you see, dressed in green, and they're going to kick the football away. And the Bulldogs dressed in white, and they will receive, and standing back deep to receive the opening kickoff is their 1,000-yard rusher, Travis Longwell. Michael Pickett gets set to kick it away. And this one is underway. It's a high kick, and Longwell is going to take it at about the 5. Bring it straight ahead, and he's in trouble. He loses the football, and the officiating crew is going to say that the ball was down.
The ball was down
and it will be Cabool ball.
Right. Officiating crew is
Gene Barnes, the referee. Bob Marty is the umpire. As you take a look at this one again, and that ball came free beforehand.
A long time, didn't it? Sure did.
Bills,
that's a tough call.
Linesman. The line judge is Bob Hollis. The back judge is Gene Graham. And, folks, that ball was live.
That was a big break to start with. It sure was.
So the Bulldogs will get the ball first. Chris Cabano is their quarterback.
Travis Longwell, you were talking about there, is a 160-pounder.
He's also rushed for 1,050 yards, and he has it right at the 20-yard line and finds the going tough for a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Number 32, Rance Walls, 6'1", 230-pound fullback, is sitting in front of him. Both seniors, 300 yards even for Walls, so they have a good rushing attack, and they don't expect to pass very much.
Walls lines up in the backfield, and the quarterback on a naked bootleg has some yardage, and he'll get out over the 30, close to the 34, making the 35-yard line. Take a look at this one again, folks. And you'll see very clearly that that ball got knocked free and should have been the Irish football right off the bat. As it is, Cabool with the football at the 34-yard line, 1st down and 10. They're going to have a wide receiver to the near side, and they'll line up double slot and bring a man in motion. And the handoff is not going anywhere.
Boy, that was a good job by the Irish that time. Number 74, Seth Wand, a senior. Boy, and is he a big player, too.
Take a look at it again, and Longwell gets the call, and right there to catch him, Seth Wand.
Seth Wand's only 6'7", 255-pound tackle defensive end. First team all-district last year.
Pretty solid player. And he'll line up the left defensive end spot, and on the handoff on 2nd down, there's nothing there. And it'll bring up third down at about 12.
Yeah, right now in the about 9 plays that have been run, the Irish defensive line have dominated the line of scrimmage with the exception of the option that came on outside. I wouldn't be surprised what you might see it again right now.
Third and 11 from the 33. That was Rance Walls who tried to carry that time and came up empty-handed. He's the lone setback, and Cabano is back to pass. The left-hander flips it out of the flat. The ball is incomplete, and it didn't matter because Longwell was going to be way short of the first down.
He sure was. He didn't have much time to throw it. They did go into a slot formation to the left side that time, but the pass was underthrown. They supposedly are not a very good passing team, so if the Irish could get up in the football game, it might be hard for them to catch up.
Well, you also have to watch the fake punt because Longwell is the punter. Snap is true, and he's going to kick it. He gets some heat, but he gets away a line drive kick that will take an Irish bounce. And it will bounce to the 45 and land at the 46-yard line. So with 9:20 to go in the first quarter, the Irish defense gives up a first down, but that's all. And you take a look at the down line. There's the Irish defensive front four that did the job this last time. And we'll take a look at their offense as they get the football for the very first time. Kyle Cernich is the guy who's going to run the show. And he is a pretty good one, though, as we look. He's got an I formation behind him and a wide receiver to the near side. And he'll run the option down the line. The pitch back. And a big gain for John Litvin as he takes it into Cabool territory. He ends up picking up on the play.
Yeah, watch Litvin this
big
time.
Yardage.
Great option and good block here on the end. They sealed it off for him, but look at the speed. He has more speed than the cornerback chasing him here on this side. Does a good job. Picks up real fine yardage.
Gets 18 on the play, down to the 36-yard line.
They're not very far if they're not there already, getting down into the 4-down territory already with 2 tight ends this time.
And an I formation with a single wide receiver, and the handoff this time goes to Nick Denning into the running back spot.
That was sort of a payback time that time for the defense from Cabool. They stopped that thing cold on the line of scrimmage.
That was only to give Litvin a breather as Denning carts it into the line, and he runs into his own man, and then the defense kicks in and knocks him back.
Drew Williamson, 5'9", 140-pound linebacker, made the tackle.
Yeah, and he was there along with Justin McClenahan.
Well, the wide side of that field is so open right now, it's unbelievable.
Twins out there, and Cernich is going to roll to throw. Now he steps up and fires long. He's got a man, but he overthrows him. He was looking for Mark Stewart, and the pass is incomplete. It'll bring up third down, 10 yards to go.
Well, that's right. Mark Stewart is really a good one to look at, too, because he's an outstanding football player.
Take a look at the lineup. The down linemen, there's the guys who will give Cernich some time to throw the ball. Litvin's his big running back, and they'll line up double tight with Gallagher and York in there. And this time,
Stewart already has 9 touchdowns by pass this year.
He goes wide to the right. Cernich is going to run the option. The pitch back to Denning. Denning has first down yardage and more. He is collared at the 9-yard line.
That's been the big play of the ball game so far. They've run it twice, and they've made great yardage twice. Watch him come down the line, go straight into the defensive man. They have to take him.
One to each side.
And what really happened, I think the cornerback got so close in that he didn't keep any depth outside because his man is that pitch man. And he was so close that he couldn't take the pitch.
So they've used each running back, and they run it to each side and picked up big yardage both ways. First and goal from the 9-yard line. We're in the first quarter, and we're scoreless. The toss, Litvin wide open, and he is down close, and he is in for the touchdown.
It's a toss, off tackle, kind of a sweep. He cut back inside, and good job. Watch the right side of the offensive line block this time. Real good blocks on this side. We're doubling down. We're kicking out with the fullback. That's one of the good ordinary ways of running the off-tackle play. There's usually two ways you can run it. You can hand it off, or you can toss it, and he can sweep with it.
10 touchdowns, make it 11. He's rushed for 680 yards this year. And the extra point kick is good. Stewart has just connected on his 31st extra point of the year, and the Irish have an early lead.
Feeling like your equipment is a little outdated? Let Backcountry Outfitters get you up to date on the latest in outdoor and fly fishing equipment. With everything from shoes and waders to fly rods and reels, Backcountry Outfitters makes the great outdoors a little more enjoyable. You can even take one of their fly tying or fly casting classes. Gift giving is a little easier with their gift certificates and layaway. Backcountry Outfitters, making the great outdoors even greater. Battlefield in Fremont and the Fremont Shopping Center.
Every weekend there's lots of college football you want to see, but can't. One solution? Get cloned. Get yourselves tickets and hit the road. Here's a better game plan.
ESPN Game Plan.
Every weekend, great college football games from top conferences you can't normally see. Sent right to you. So subscribe now.
The ESPN Game Plan. It can't be duplicated.
Check Friday's USA Today for Saturday's game plan.
7-0, the Irish have the lead. We want to correct something. Kurt Schluter hit the extra point. He's 31 of 35 this year in that category.
As a kickoff does go out of bounds, of course, and it's a penalty. They will get their one of the three choices where it went out. 35-yard line or 5-yard penalty and kick again.
Most of the time they'll take it at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's like a mulligan, you know it? Just a freebie. The Catholics have outscored their opponents 68-6 in the first quarter. That's a large number of points to score.
Well, Coach Cornelius' defense has only allowed 90 points all year so far. They've been involved in a few high-scoring games as Cabano runs the option. And he lowers his head and gets knocked out of bounds, the 43. So Cabano.
That's been their big play so far, has been the option. And he has pretty fair speed. It's funny, you look at the Irish versus opponents, and the first downs are about the same, 99 to 93, so there really isn't that much difference in that much. Cabool set slot back this side.
2nd and 8, and that's going to be good for first down yardage and more into Irish territory at the 44-yard line. That play looked like it was stopped, and the ball carrier is Walls, the fullback.
Here it is.
He just continues to rumble.
Big fella, I'll tell you what, and he just keeps right on. Going to bring him down, will you? It's going to take about 3/4 of that Irish team to bring him down.
Yeah, you were talking about how the first downs are close, but yet they've scored 248 total points to 90 for the opponents. It's because you quit counting when you get to the goal line in terms of yardage and first downs. On 1st and 10, they pitch to Longwell, and Longwell gets a yard, maybe 2, down to the 43-yard line, give him a yard. 2nd down and 9. 7-0. Fighting Irish have the lead as you see the time tick away here in the first quarter.
There's a lot of people here tonight.
Take a look at the defense. Seth Wand is the big guy on the end. And the 4 linebackers, the 3-deep secondary. You'll see a lot of guys on both sides of the ball. Speaking of both sides of the ball, we see motion, and it's going to be a Cabool penalty.
Big 74 there. Rogers wanted to play on both sides, get over on that other side of the ball too quick.
So it'll cost them 5 and bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, about 14.
14 to go with 6:20 left to play in the first quarter. Jeremy Lehman comes split to the near side out of that double slot set. Longwell from the wing slips and falls down. His knee touched the ground. Back in Cabool territory at the 49-yard line. So he's going to lose a couple of more yards. Basically, what, a double slot set, almost like the old wing tee.
Wing tee on one side and a slot on the other side. Number 24. Who has it got there first?
Well,
Luzinski, number 29 linebacker, looks like probably was the first one to make the contact occur, and here comes a pass.
3rd and 16. Cabano's going to float it long. He's got a man out there, and it's caught. 4th. An apparent score. No, they're going to say he was down to the 1-yard line.
That's what happens sometimes when you're noted and saying, well, they can't pass the football, and they've been running. Watch, really wasn't a fake.
John Briggs is the guy who catches it, and I tell you what, he just kind of had it on the floating on the palm of his hand. He flipped it out there, and he was so wide open that he could stop and catch it and still get down close to the goal line. He stopped on about the 2 or the 1. They put him down to the 1.
Mark Stewart probably ran him down.
Walls, touchdown, Cabool. So
Well,
just like that,
you bet.
it's tie game.
He really fooled the secondary that time. All they did is come up a couple extra steps, and I'd say that receiver, watch it. The receiver has pretty good speed, and he got behind them, even though they're pretty tall people back there. And he threw a perfect pass.
Rance Walls with the touchdown, and Nate Perry is going to attempt the extra point. He's the freshman place kicker, who's a real good one. And he boots it through, and with 5:19 to play in the first quarter, we're tied at 7.
Hi, I'm Larry Lipscomb. Chesterfield Village is a perfect example of why Buy-Right prints 2 phone books a year. Many of these stores have only been open a short while, and they won't be listed in the bell book for months, but they're in Buy-Right now. For a retailer, being in the phone book is crucial. Buy-Right will give you a big head start like it did for Chesterfield Village.
Consumers prefer Buy-Right 2-to-1 over Bell. Advertisers get lower prices, bigger print, and twice-a-year updates. 97% of Buy-Right clients renew their Yellow Pages ad every year. Buy-Right works.
The theme of Big Sports says it all Ozarks, all the time. Whether you follow football, basketball, baseball, golf, hunting, or fishing, Big Sports will keep you informed. Check out Big Sports each month for team schedules. Follow our events calendar for what's happening in local sports and when. And look for features on your favorite teams and athletes. To get your copy of Big Sports, step inside a McDonald's restaurant. It's there. Big Sports, all Ozarks, all the time.
Game is tied up, 7 apiece. The kickoff by Perry is bobbled around.
Cabool might have it. They don't fight as hard down there as the NFL does, but they got there first. That's a second mistake in a row.
Well, this time I believe they did come up with the football.
Just undershot it just a little bit on recovering. They used that old equalizer, and that's a pass.
Coming out of there with it, Paul Schlemitsky. He's a junior. So it's first down and 10, and so the Fighting Irish have their backs up against the wall after giving up just their second first quarter touchdown of the year. And Walls is going to get the carry. The line of scrimmage was the 23-yard line, and he picks up 4. It'll be second down and 6 from the 19.
That looks like you driving up in there, Rob. Look at that leg move. He's big, strong, ducks his head good, keeps on going. One man won't bring him down. Look at those feet move.
Yep. He doesn't stop until his knee hits the ground.
I'd say Coach has been working on a lot of bag drills with him.
From the 19, second down, 6. And again, straight ahead, Walls. And he's going to get down close to the 15-yard line. He'll be a couple of yards short of a first down.
I think you can really classify him as more than a handful, wouldn't you?
Yep. One thing is for certain, playing in the tough SCA,
right,
and that is that the fact that they're playing the number 2 team in the state is not going to scare Cabool.
No, they've
like
been
it
beaten,
did a couple years ago.
They've been beaten by 2 4A teams, Salem and West Plains, and that's their losses this year.
Full house backfield on the option. The quarterback keeps, tries to pitch back, and Longwell is going to step out of bounds. Depending on where they mark him out, he could be very close to a first down.
That amazed me they ever got the pitch off, and you are that basically he would even, coach goes crazy on the sidelines. He comes down there, watch him. Great tackle.
Oh, he had him tackled and was almost down. Oh, he just got the ball away.
I'll tell you, most of the time, that ball is going to be
put on the ground.
Mishandled, right.
4 minutes, 8 seconds to play. It is 4th and about a yard. What do you think we see Mr. Walls take this one straight ahead, and Cabano is going to take time out. So Cabool will take their first time out of the game with 4:08 remaining. First quarter, we're tied 7 apiece. Back in a moment on Cable 36.
In this great home furnishing business, every once in a while a particular group comes along which is outstanding in quality, style, and value. We are proud to present the Dux Unlimited collection in the factory direct sales and ordering rooms at North Carolina Furniture Mart. Beautifully styled in the outdoor casual tradition and available to you at our factory direct price due to ongoing marketing studies. We have public buying hours every day until 6 at our only location in the Tulsa-Bixby area at 121st and South Memorial, in Springdale, Arkansas, and in Nixa, Missouri.
A family I don't even know saved my life. Their son died in a crash. Before the accident, he told his family he wanted to be an organ and tissue donor. I got his heart. I thank that family every day that I can be with mine.
Make the decision to become an organ and tissue donor. Be sure that your family knows your wishes. And remember, share your life, share your decision.
For a free brochure, call 1-888-55-SHARE.
From the 15-yard line on 4th down and about a yard, the quarterback, Camano, keeps the ball, and he only got about a yard, but he only needed a half yard. So it'll be a first down for Cabool. Take a look at it again, and they ran away from Seth Wan, which is probably not...
Probably a pretty good idea, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not exactly crazy to do, is it?
No, that's probably a pretty good idea. Plus, he's a left-handed quarterback, so
going that way
it's a little easier for him to go left than it is right.
First down, the handoff to the fullback, Walls, and Juan grabs a hold of him.
Yeah, Juan's about the only one out there who can just sort of pick him up and move him around by himself.
Nathan Cater, junior guard and linebacker.
It's good defense this time.
Yep. Well, Juan comes over unblocked and grabs him, and then Cater gets there along with a host of others to knock him back.
I don't think over on the other side, number 53 could never gotten there no matter what. He's almost in a takedown. Here comes the option.
2nd and 10. Cabano on the option.
Good
You're
job.
right. You called it right there. Here comes the option. And one thing about it with this quarterback, he's always going to run the option that way, I think.
Yeah, the odds are, of course, he can pitch, better that way. Nathan Carter probably was one of the first ones there.
Have an injured Bulldog down. And
number 62, is it?
Gene Barnes motions the trainers out. If it's number 62, it's Jason Hunter. 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go. And you take a look right at the screen, you'll see number 62, and that's who it is. And I believe right out of the picture, but there he is down on the turf, and you can see that he got pinned under the bottom there, and I think his own man may have hit on that leg.
Thing that's good to see on the part of the Irish is the fact that so many people, all the greens were around that ball that time. They do need a doctor to come out this time.
Well, folks from both sides of the ball are out there looking at Mr. Hunter. Take a look at the monitor and you will see the Del Miller Show. Actually, you won't see the show, but you'll see the times for the show. Of course, you know all about the ins and outs of Bears football because you can get the scouting report whenever we have a game on.
Yeah, I usually go down there, and Coach is very nice to get a scouting report and tell us what they expect that week and the things they're going to do.
There's the times if you want to get your scouting report.
I didn't get to go down this week due to the fact that
you were busy
playing a little
this week.
state golf.
Well, with the time out of the field, we'll come back and talk about Coach Pearson's big adventure at the state golf tournament coming up.
Sold out in every city. But you won't miss a single stop on the 1997-98 Chicago Bulls Victory Tour. town after town, victory after victory, more Bulls than NBC, TNT, or any other television source. 15 games exclusively on WGN. The Chicago Bulls Victory Tour, entertaining America on WGN.
Well, there you see Hunter being helped off the field, actually being carried off more than being helped. And
thank goodness, though, he did get up and was able to come off without the need of a stretcher.
So the toss to Walls on the sweep. He's coming to the near side, and he's not going to get a whole lot. He'll bring up 4th down and long.
Really good job by Luzinski again on this outside linebacker. I believe was the first one to get there. But even though as big as he is, he's probably not quite as quick as the Irish are coming down the line defensively pursuing the ball. So they were able to catch up with him, and you're going to have that 3-point try again.
And Nate Perry, the freshman kicker, he's a quarterback by trade. And he's a good one, even though he's just a freshman. And the snap is down. The ball is on the way, and it is good. So the field goal, which was from the vicinity, will get the official yardage. It's a 30-yard field goal with 2:17 to go, and that puts Cabool on top by a 10-7 score. Now, we were talking right before the break as we take a look at this one again, and this guy's kicking out. He did use a tee, but he boomed that one way through, and it landed down to the scoreboard. That's pretty good kick.
It went over the scoreboard, but my goodness.
Your great adventure, your big adventure to the state football state golf tournament.
My pleasure this year was to work with a young lady named Jessica Polis. She won the state golf tournament this year with one of the best records in 2 things, 75 on the second day and a low total for the 2 days. And she's just a junior, and just what a great young lady she is to work with.
We had the chance to meet her a couple weeks ago at a football game, and she seems to be a very pleasant young lady indeed. And our congratulations to her for doing so well in the state golf tournament as John Littman returns the kickoff, and a flag is thrown away from the play.
And we have a flag on the play.
So I'm sure the Irish may pick up some extra yardage on that. It looked like he got a face mask.
It's going to be about a 15-yarder. Here it is. Let's see if he picks a face mask up and brings him down with it.
Right there.
That's
hello.
15er.
Yeah, that was an intentional one with 2:11 to play. And they'll mark it off. There's 5, 10, 15 yards. Is going to take the ball out to the 39-yard line. You get a look at it here, and this could have possibly been a painful thing.
This is why the rule is in.
He's going one way, the ball, or the tackler's going the other, and he just reached into the cage.
Neck back the other way, sure. Unintentional, his hands up there reaching for anything that he could get. That just happened to be the face mask.
On the counter option, and that's going to be good for about 6 yards out to the 45. Cernich didn't have a lot there, and ended up getting 6 yards out of the deal.
Right, that was a counter option coming back. Big tackle kicks out, good block, good solid block comes up through there. It was hard to see. I could see the 7, but I couldn't see the other number.
Well, Wand was one of the guys who made a block and sealed off one guy.
So
there was somebody that's facing towards the camera.
It was not a true option. It was a option counter look and coming back to this right side that time, left side.
Man goes forward in motion, and flags are going to fly, and Cernich is going to throw the pass, and it's going to be caught. But it's going to come back because the fullback was in motion. So it was a nice pitch and catch, but
a little aggressiveness there to get there early that time with the fullback.
You'll see him come right into your picture here, Jim. There he is. Now, in the Canadian Football League, that type of motion is legal, but here it is illegal. So the minute 27 to play in the first quarter. Catholic trailing Cabool 10-7.
Moved the ball well the first time they had the football too. So let's see if they can control it and go on down and score this first quarter.
Knowlton is the fullback. Litvin on the tail of the tandem on the option. Litvin gets the pitch, turns the corner, first down and Moore, and he's caught from behind as he gets into Bulldog territory at the 48-yard line.
Has a great pitch, but I'll tell you, number 81, Chris Coleman. Watch him throw this block on the outside. Watch him turn the man in, comes to him. It's hard to see it there, but there it was back here, and he simply solidified that hold.
Justin McClanahan is the guy that saved real big yardage, as it was. They get into the 48-yard line of Cabool. The toss and the sweep to Denning, and Denning, with flags thrown, will carry it down to the 46-yard line. So we're under a minute to play in the first quarter, and illegal motion once again, and the Irish is going to bring this play back. So instead of gaining about 4 or 5, they're going to be penalized 5. It'll bring up first down and 15.
Yeah, there in your picture there for a while, I saw big Brandon Rogers, 275-pounder. So they do have some big people sitting out there for Cabool.
Next week's game will feature the Glendale Falcons and the Kickapoo Chiefs, and then, believe it or not, we're at the end of the regular season after that, and we'll have a game to be announced. On the naked bootleg, actually, it was supposed to be an option play.
Option play going left, and he went right. He made the mistake himself.
And you could see him kind of pounding the ground in frustration. So instead of being
thinking one thing, and you can see he was going to make the pitch.
Yep, and instead he's back at the 39-yard line. Actually, they give him progress to the 40. And that will probably be the last play of the first quarter, and it is second down and quite a ways from the Irish 40. They need to get all the way to the Bulldog 40, and we'll do it when the second quarter gets underway. At the end of one, Cabool leads 10-7.
Hi, I'm Larry Lipscomb. Chesterfield Village is a perfect example of why Buy-Right prints 2 phone books a year. Many of these stores have only been open a short while, and they won't be listed in the bell book for months, but they're in Buy-Right now. For a retailer, being in the phone book is crucial. Buy-Right will give you a big head start like it did for Chesterfield Village.
Consumers prefer Buy-Right 2-to-1 over Bell. Advertisers get lower prices, bigger print, and twice-a-year updates. 97% of Buy-Right clients renew their Yellow Pages ad every year. Buy-Right works.
When it's dark out, everything moves faster. The lights go on, the field's harder, the crowd's louder, and the intensity boiling up all day inside each player is let loose on the field. Sunday night, NFL on TNT. The best time for football. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 6 Central.
You wouldn't want to bet on pass play here, would you?
Second down at about 20.
Draw play, screen, pass, draws, screens.
I think we might see the ball in the air. I don't think we're going to watch the Irish trying to get all 20 yards back in one pop.
No, Mark Sturt's our leading receiver with 525 yards, and Gallagher's second with 297.
And they're going to send Gallagher split wide to the left, and Stewart will be in the slot.
I mean, Sarnich has even caught 9 for himself. What do you think? He passed it to himself? Or do you think that's a pass?
Well, he's going to throw it this time, and he'll sprint out, look, fire it, and the pass is caught. It's caught by Tyler York as he came across the middle on a drag route.
Right. He picked up most of that yardage that time.
Sure did. This was a well-executed run, and you don't see the receiver. He lines up on the near side towards you, and they just wait for him to come across, and there he is.
As you called it the same way as we would have, and that was a drag pattern.
Yeah.
Coming back across the middle.
Just kind of drag the tight end across the middle as all the other receivers go that way as well. On third down, the toss to Litvin. He is going to be stopped short of first down yardage, but he gets back to the 40.
He is close.
And it's fourth down and about a yard to go, and we'll see if Coach Corneliuson decides to go for it.
Good blocking up front. I'll tell you one thing, too. Look at Cernich up in there blocking.
Not afraid to toss the ball and then get out there on the sweep and lead, is he?
No.
Denning brings the play in from the sideline, so the Irish go for it.
Here's one of those big 3 or 4 plays of a football game that make the difference.
Down 10-7 early in the second quarter, and the Irish will go for it. Some motion on the defensive side of the ball. They try to draw him off, and the snap, and I believe they took too much time. We'll wait and see. It is delay of game, and now you'll see the Irish kick the football away.
Yeah, that would have been the good time for the timeout.
Actually, what I think the play was don't anybody move, try to draw him offside.
Not then we're going to punt it.
Well, he tried to snap the ball and was going to do something with it, but it came too late. And Stewart will kick the football away. Stewart averages right at 32 yards a kick. They put good pressure on him, but he gets it away. It's a high end over end kick, and he'll kick it away from Longwell, and it's going to bounce out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
That's a great kick.
Sure was, with 10:27 left to go in the first half. Cabool leading 10-7 with the football.
Puts the Irish back in great position here in case Cabool makes some kind of mistake.
From around their own 14.
It's been one of the most fun games that we've had all year.
Well, I had the fortune of doing Irish games on the radio for a few years as we get a new quarterback in the ball game. John Briggs, Jr., is going to be the quarterback now.
Looks like a counter play coming back to the right that time.
Yeah, Longwell picks up a yard, maybe 2. Give him 3. 2nd and 7. Well, we had a chance to go to Cabool for a game and go to some of the places that they play in the district. And I tell you what, the atmosphere there is outstanding. We go down to Ava when they played down there. That's a team that they've had on the schedule this year.
That is the big plus. And you get into the Springfield, and we have the 5 public high schools, and we just get so sometimes spread out in enthusiasm.
You are correct. Longwell, the carrier, not a whole lot there, and it'll be 3rd down. And see it on the counter play. And
counter play with the trap coming back. And I know a lot of these places. I mean, you may go down there now. I don't even, maybe all the policemen are up here too, but there wouldn't be many people left in town probably.
3rd and about 5 from the 20-yard line. 9:20 and counting left to go in the first half. That handoff doesn't get much. Wall's the carrier. He'll pick up a yard, maybe 2. And in this field position, you're going to kick the football away. So this time, Cabool very conservative, not wanting to take a chance on anything and put it on the ground. So punting situation.
Right. Look who's going back to receive the punt this time.
Stewart goes back to receive the punt of Travis Longwell. Standing at about his own 48. The snap is a good one, and it is a low kick. It'll bounce along the far side and go out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So the Irish come out of this with pretty good field position.
Pretty good field position, but he sure got a lot of roll out of that ball, didn't he? Going in, don't very end.
8 minutes and 36 seconds to play, first half. Cabool leading at 10-7. Bears on the road this week. They're playing in Western Illinois. Western Illinois.
Got to pick that one up on radio tomorrow. That ought to be an outstanding football game.
3rd in the country. Northern Iowa next week.
I thought it was very interesting of how many juniors Western has.
A number of them. Cernich on the option to the near side. He'll pitch back, and the ball is on the ground, and Cabana recovers it.
Right.
So Chris Cabana
did a good job coming on across this time, and he catches Cernich, I believe, this time not really looking. See, he never really looked to his man. But that was one of the times he could have kept it.
Well, what he did was he put the ball on. He just automatically assumed that the guy wouldn't be there yet, and he almost made contact before the ball arrived, as you see Travis Longwell down on the ground.
Which you can do behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So good, smart play by Chris Cabano, who is now concentrating defensively.
You watch Cabano come on across for the pitch man. This is what he didn't do before when they made a lot of yardage. This is the best way to defend the option play. If you can get your cornerback back there in there with the pitch man before he ever turns up, there isn't anywhere to go. Looks like they might had the breath knocked out that time.
So he'll walk off the field under his own power. The Fighting Irish are going to try to figure out how to regroup defensively. We have 8.5 minutes to play in the first half, trailing 10-7, and they've just now given Cabool outstanding field position.
That's basically that's what's happened is the mistakes so far that have changed the total ball game. There's going to be a timeout.
So the Bulldogs take timeout. They have the ball 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first half, 10-7. The Bulldogs already have the lead. So we mentioned we're getting down to district time, this being the first district game. Next week, the Glendale Falcons will play the Kickapoo Chiefs. That'll be a 7 o'clock game next Friday night, the 31st of October. And then, of course, we will be picking the best game on November 6th, which will be the final week of the season. And I'm sure that one of the games may include either Gary Turner's Hillcrest Hornets or Charlie Getty's Glendale Falcons. They're down west guest this week on Sportsline. To take a look at that game on the 6th, you have Glendale and Joplin. That could have district implications. Hillcrest will be playing Sedalia. They have a tough road to hoe. They're playing at Rockbridge tonight. And then they have Jeff City here the next week. And, of course, Parkview and Kickapoo will be playing on November 6th. So those are the games that we have to choose from, and we'll be making that choice next week, and we'll let you know next Friday night. After the timeout, and Cabano is back in the quarterback, and he's going to keep it as he bootlegs to the right side, something that we talked about, Jim, and said that we doubted that he would go that way because he throws the ball with his left hand, but he tucked it under and ran.
Right, he faked him that time. Watch, they just simply option going that side. There wasn't
much of an
any
option.
indication that that was an option. No, that was a keep all the way. He's a pretty quick young man.
They're going to measure for first down yardage, and if he didn't get it, he's very close, and it appears he's that far away from making the first down.
Cabano is a senior, 5'10", 165-pounder with good speed.
So the clock starts once again, and Cabool with a couple of men, both to the near side as receivers, and the quarterback. Cabano tries to sneak it ahead. He didn't get much, but the reverse side is he didn't need much. So he'll have first down yardage. First down and 10. This drive started as a result of an errant pitch.
Yeah, he got pulled backward, matter of fact, didn't he?
Yes, sir, he did. Down to the 8-minute mark to go here in the first half. The Bulldogs leading at 10-7. Man in the slot on the option to the near side. The pitch back to Longwell. Longwell gets away from the tackle attempt of Grant Knowlton. Knowlton did what Cabano did to Littman a moment ago, and he was there and made contact before Longwell caught the ball, but he let him get away. Look at that, right there. As soon as he catches it, he's there, but right through the fingertips.
And I think that is Dr. Knowlton's son, who is a team physician, orthopedic surgeon.
From the 20-yard line, and watch now, you have Briggs, the backup quarterback, going split out wide to the right side, and Cabano is going to run. Now he's going to throw across his body, finds a man at the 10-yard line. That's a first down and more for the Bulldogs.
And there's a flag on the play, and your first thought here is from what you see of this, because it took so long.
Or illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield, and that is what the call is, yes.
Are you a soothsayer? You know these things before they're going to happen, or what?
No, it just seemed like it took so long. It looked like he was going to run the ball, and the lineman wandered downfield a little bit. You don't have to be very far away from that line of scrimmage.
Shemitsky is the guy who makes the catch, and it's all going to be brought back.
It was pretty evident, you know, that something was going to happen on that right side because everybody but the coach was on that side that time.
Yes, but
well, as a matter
still,
of fact, coach is on that side, but he's off the sideline.
But yet, though, I mean, the left-handed quarterback going and throwing across his body, you got to give Cabano a little bit of credit.
He's a good quarterback.
He did a good job throwing the ball.
Yes, he did. He dropped it.
He dropped it
I think
there.
Catholic has it, do they?
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Rance Walls falls on it. Seems like every time the ball has hit the ground, though, with the exception of the first one, the Bulldogs have come up with a loose ball.
Boy, was it close.
Be a loss of 6, and it's 3rd and 16 now. Actually, a loss of another yard after the penalty. And Cabano is going to throw. Sprints to the near side. Now he unloads. He has a man. It's Longwell, and he is going to get down close to the 15-yard line. Maybe close to a first down.
Hey, rolls. Good block here. He rolls left. Just sort of flips it there.
There's the 15, and first down as they get down close to the 10. So Cabool has the Irish on the defensive, and I mean that in terms of back on their heels. And Walls that time finds the going tough. He and Seth Wan get to know each other a little bit better.
Yeah, and I think that's, like you said, and the reason for that is the fact that they can pass the football. They can pass the football a lot better than they let on.
Well, I'm going to tell you something now. Outside of 1 or 2 passes, he doesn't look pretty throwing the ball, but he gets it there. In other words, he gets
sort of shovels it there, and it wobbles a little bit. But the only thing that happens is in the receiver's hands. He should get stopped right here, though. Great defense by the Irish that time.
Well, that time they were ready for that naked bootleg that way.
They were there. Brings up that 4th down, and probably going to go for 3 more.
Now this will be the 3rd down play.
3rd down, they already moved it.
3rd and about a yard, or actually a gain of about a yard. Be 3rd and about 9. And the Bulldogs are going to talk. They use yet another timeout. Their second with 5:04 remaining here in the first half. 10-7, Cabool has the lead, and they're looking for more when we come back right after this on Cable 36.
TJ Sales is Springfield's #1 supplier of imprinted sportswear. TJ Sales can make your upcoming family or class reunion, Bible school, team camp, or business promotion a success with your logo or design imprinted on t-shirts, hats, and jackets. TJ's has a complete art department and state-of-the-art production that can get your order done fast. Remember, when you're talking t-shirts, you're talking TJ Sales.
Talking t-shirts, talking TJ Sales.
We are back with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first half. It's 10-7. Cabool has the lead, and they're looking at 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, but
from the 9.5-yard line. Yeah.
Down in Joplin right now, the Eagles are leading the Chiefs 15-0 at halftime.
You're talking about Kickapoo as opposed to Philadelphia.
Yeah, and Glendale is beating Parkview 29-0 at this stage.
Cabano looks to throw, loses the ball, and it's picked up. Now the question, do they declare it a fumble?
Yes,
and they do.
It is. All right.
Because he was trying to throw the ball, but he didn't get his arm into the motion, and the ball is popped free. So let's take a look at it.
Good job right here by the defense.
He doesn't know what he wants to do at this point because he knows if he runs, he's in trouble.
He has too many people coming at him.
And he was trying to get it up there to throw before Juan knocked it away, and Chris Coleman picked it up.
He sure did. That's a great break. Now let's see him take this thing back, go back all the way and get the lead here at halftime.
Stewart comes to the right side for the Fighting Irish.
4:57 left in the half.
Litvin on the tail of the I formation tandem, and Cernich is going to throw, but the officials throw flags instead. And it's procedure against the Irish. It's going to be on the right side of your line. There you go.
Just ahead. Right. He was going to go down there and receive the pass.
That was a tight end lining up there.
I've listened to a lot of your games with the Irish over the years, and Boy, it just seems like their ability to come from behind has really been incredible.
Well, like I say, I've done a few games. I think the last year was when Bob Stouffer was here, and they had the ability to do that then. And the offense basically in the same hands in terms of guys who share the same philosophy. Not a whole lot of rushing room there. I believe that was Denning who carries the football.
But again, down in here, we're only in the first half, and you certainly don't want to make any kind of mistake now to let them take the ball in and get a big momentum in the lead more than it is now.
Clock runs with 4.5 minutes to go, and it's second down and about 15. Stewart to the left. They have a tight end, Gallagher, in tight to the right side. Knowlton and Litvin on the tail of the I formation tandem. The pass, a look into Stewart. It's complete out near the 20-21-yard line.
Yeah, big slant pass, split in, just slants right in. A good touch that time. Watch it.
Nice little pass.
Right on the button, wasn't it?
And he was covered.
Right in the numbers. It's a hard play to stop. You take your first step or second step straight down. That guy's got to back off. And then you plant and swing back inside. And the timing is good on that drop, just that two-step drop, and there it is. Third down and 7, like you said, 3:41 left.
A gain of 8 on that last play for the Irish. They're at the 21-yard line. Coming to the near side now, Cernich is going to throw. He's looking long. He's got Stewart out there, and he is unable to catch the ball, but flags fly everywhere, and it's pass interference.
I agree with that call.
It was right in front of us, and you could see the contact, and I thought he was going to catch the ball anyway, Coach. It was right there.
He has it. Watch him. See him push him to the side.
And he still almost caught it.
Still almost caught it.
That was Cabano who was there, and he knew that if he didn't push him, he was going to catch it and take it all the way to Nixon. So he decided to make contact, bring the play back. Could have been a smart play defensively by the D-back.
It really was the way it ends up.
Yes, sir.
Cabano's a good football player.
That's why I don't like that
I know
rule.
you've said that before.
Well, but I mean, no,
it's true.
You're
all right. You penalize a good pass.
You penalize. Yeah, you're right. You penalize a good pass. Well, I tell you what, he can throw the ball a little bit too. Everybody talks about
high for him to run under.
Has a little wobble on it, but right there's the push. He was reaching back for the ball, but clearly pass interference.
Cabool probably didn't think so, but, you know, from this sideline here.
Oh, I think they're coaches. I didn't see them hollering a whole lot on the far side.
No, they're not. Right there talking at him.
They're not hollering much at him.
No.
Their coaches are looking at it with their heart then, because you could see it right there. The camera does not lie. You and I may tell a tall one or two one every now and then, but the camera doesn't lie.
What do you think some of those calls on sliding into second base last night?
Like I said, the camera does not lie.
Yep, but that would have been a hard one to call.
No, it wouldn't have. I mean, the guy was right there. He was staring at it. Any umpire in Class A ball would have caught that. First down on the toss to Litvin.
Holding on the play.
The ball is...
See if I'm right.
Flag out over the 46. Yep. Let's wait and see. It's a hold. You're right. I would have thought that any minor league umpire would have caught that.
Well, some of us have don't have that good of eyes, though. What you're saying is we shouldn't be up there officiating.
Well, all I'm saying is that a guy standing right there looking at it should have made that play. Take a look at this one again. See if you can diagnose the hold. Much tougher to call holding than it is to call out or safe at second base.
I think you're right.
There's a flag thrown.
It's hard to pick up who held on that play.
Yeah.
That's like the baseball game when you go back between the Cardinals.
Oh, you got to bring
City.
that up. They had that highlight last night.
Well, they did,
didn't they? So after the hold, Cernich to throw. He's looking for Stewart. He breaks a tackle.
Gets out of bounds.
Yep, gets out of bounds and gains extra yardage out to the 40-yard line.
That's the same pass play I talk about every week. If people are passing the football, it's one unless you get a linebacker in front of him, you cannot stop it. He did a good job of looking down the middle. There isn't anyone on him. This D-back cannot get to him.
And then when he does, he fails to wrap him up and make the tackle.
And if you get some faker and he comes up quick, then you've got 6 points behind him.
Longwell had to come up and make the tackle and push him out of bounds.
Even though the safety's playing about 10 yards deep right now, they're trying not to give him any long ones. Cernich keeps the ball.
Well, that time the play broke down early, and I'm wondering if we see a flag down on the field. It looked like one of the running backs may have jumped. I don't know that we can see it from here, but there's not a lot there when he sees a hole and makes some yardage.
Just makes it on his own, doesn't he? Here's a penalty again against the Irish. They have made quite a few mistakes, but usually, you know, a lot more than they usually make. They're going to refuse it, are they?
No. There wasn't anything there.
There wasn't anything there.
Yeah. They had the yard marker at 4th down, and it's really 3rd down and about 3 yards away from the first down. Man on the wing is Stewart. Cernich drops the football. It's still loose on the ground, and
he manages to get it back, though.
He gets it back, but he's not very happy with himself. And it will be 4th down now and about 8 yards to go.
It's very uncharacteristic of the Irish right now, some of the mistakes that they're making. Boy, he did get back on it, thank goodness.
So with 1:47 left, clock continues to run. It's 10-7, Cabool with the lead, and it's 4th down and about 8 yards to go from the 41 in the punting situation. Stewart will be in to kick. Longwell is back deep, and he does boot it away. It is a high knuckleball type kick, and the fair catch is made by Longwell at the 31-yard line.
Boy, it's amazing. All the fair catches I've seen this year, I don't believe I've seen hardly any of them dropped.
That was a tough one to catch because that one was a knuckleball. And it was fluttering around up there and then came right down, and he was in some traffic.
Well, let's see what their philosophy is here with 1:24 left.
Well, is it possible to think they might try to open it up and do some things? They feel like they may have them back on their heels. They lead 10-7.
Yeah, come up with some kind of play that you can move some people with fake them, make them go to the outside, and then throw it deep. The Irish are playing it that way. Here comes the reverse.
And Longwell loses his jersey, or part of it, but doesn't gain a whole lot of yardage.
He has good defense on that left side that time. They had penetrated, and that didn't leave him anywhere to go, and so therefore he just gained a little bit, didn't he? Cut 2 or 3 yards.
He got more than I thought he did.
He sure did.
Down to the final minute of the first half, and it looks like Cabool has decided to play it relatively safe. They are not in any hurry to get to the line. They may do something when they get there in terms of opening up a play, but the quarterback keeps, hit behind the line, gets away, has some yardage, and eventually gets tackled after a gain of about 3 or 4 more yards. He's going to be stopped at the 37-yard line.
That was sort of one of those good play, bad plays. Good play and for him, that he got away, and the bad play was that there was about 7 Irish people on him about the time that he made 2 or 3 more yards.
If they snap it one more time, I shall be surprised, since the play is just now getting to the huddle. And I don't think they're in any hurry.
Wouldn't even come out of there, would you?
Coach says let's go to the house, and we'll do the same. As the Eagles, or the Bulldogs, come to the line, but they're not going to do anything, and we've reached halftime. Cabool leads it 10-7.
To grow, you have to stay on the cutting edge. At Wood in Houston, we are driven to stay ahead of the times. That's why we work so hard to satisfy our customers. Wood in Houston has been doing business since 1874. We know personal service. Ad-free checking, no closing cost home equity loans, high money market rates, and a 24-hour helpline. And you have the bank that's large enough to make your dreams come true and small enough to appreciate you. Wood in Houston Bank, 204 West Primrose in Springfield.
I am the cable boy.
We copy? Roger.
I'm the lifeline between the sidelines and the booth. Rule number 1. 1.1 yards between you and the coach. Coach and I, yeah, we hang out. We develop a special bond with the coach, a shorthand. Sometimes he'll turn to me and say, "Slack, moron!" That means he needs a bit more cable. Without me, the coach could trip. He could die.
Rob Evans along with Jim Pearson back at Swiss Elm Field on the campus of Springfield Catholic High School. It's 10-7. Cabool has the advantage as we get set to start the third quarter. You take a look at some of the highlights, and right away the Irish getting on the board early. They took a 7-0 lead in the ball game on the touchdown, with John Littman scoring from 9 yards out after a nice drive.
Was good blocking up in there.
Sure was. However, Cabool answered with a nice long pass play of their own to set up a 1-yard touchdown run by Rance Walls. This long pass with Cabano just kind of balancing.
Boy, he just hauls off and throws it, doesn't he?
Yep, and he had a receiver deep.
There he was.
John Briggs makes the catch, gets hauled down from behind at the 1, and that set up the touchdown at the 5:19 mark of the first quarter. All of the scoring in the first quarter. Cabool could have gotten more, but they shot themselves
Great
in the foot
defensive
here.
play right here.
And they were still arguing about this, apparently, Coach. The Cabool folks are saying he's trying to pass. Gene Barnes said it was a fumble, and the Irish are able to keep them off the board. He never did have the arm going up. He brought it up, but that doesn't constitute a pass just because you bring the ball. And, you know, you don't shoot somebody by pulling the by cocking the hammer. You got to pull the trigger and have that arm going forward.
And they also held a little bit there, too, looked like.
So the Bulldogs lead the Irish. It's 10-7, but we've got a second half to go. Back with the third quarter right after this.
Buses is your #1 choice for sporting goods, athletic shoes, and casual wear, including a full line of school jackets. Visit Buses Soccer Department for soccer wear by Umbro and Union Jack. Select Mitra, Adidas, Puma, or Diadora soccer shoes, and choose soccer equipment from the largest retail soccer department in the area. Buses has most school jackets in stock with styles and sizes for everyone, also gym wear and gym bags. Buses football and basketball departments can outfit anyone, Mighty Mite to Pro. Buses, the area's #1 sporting goods store, 1946 South Flintstone on the Plaza.
There's a lot of great stuff your kids can watch on TV, and some not so great stuff. So how do you teach them the difference? A new instructional video called Taking Charge of Your TV. It can help. There's nothing complicated here. Just simple, common sense steps your family can take together. To get a copy, contact your local cable operator or the Family and Community Critical Viewing Project. They'll teach you to help your kids be better viewers.
Neighbors helping neighbors. That's the Ozarks way of doing things. It's also the United Way.
The United Way helps support 27 agencies that touch the lives of almost everyone in Southwest Missouri.
Now's the time for all of us to renew and increase our commitment to our neighbors through the United Way.
If we all give our fair share, at least an hour's pay per month.
Together, we could build the strongest, most united community in America.
Neighbors helping neighbors. That's the United Way. Won't you do your fair share?
Today, education is more than just textbooks. It's accessing information through new technologies. That is why your cable company is sponsoring the Teachers in Technology Scholarship. Nominated by their students, teachers have the opportunity to receive a full scholarship for a master's degree in educational technology from the George Washington University, plus a trip to the ETC Training Center for hands-on internet training. The Teachers in Technology Scholarship, reaffirming cable television's commitment to education in our community.
I'm Governor Mel Carnahan, reminding Missourians that our first concern for the new school year is getting our students to and from school safely. At my urging, the legislature passed a new law requiring safety arms on school buses that need them to ensure that students are in full view of the bus driver at all times. But students must also remember to take basic safety precautions in crossing streets and getting on and off buses. Let's make this new school year a safe one for all Missouri students.
Rob Evans along with Jim Pearson back at Swiss Elm Field, where Cabool leads the Irish 10-7. As we get set to start the third quarter, the Irish are going to get their hands on the football first.
Let's hope they can keep those hands on that football this time, go right on down and score.
Yeah, they had the dropsies in the first half. That uncharacteristic.
Uncharacteristic, really so. And I think they'll get it settled down here, and let's see if they can take it all the way back.
And before the Bulldogs kick it away, one of the officials steps in to blow the plate dead and make sure everything was all right. And Perry is going to kick it rather short, take it at the 20 by Gallagher, and Gallagher is going to be out over the 35 to the 36-yard line. And so Springfield Catholic will have good field position to start their second half drive.
Yeah, Rick Gallagher did a good job in return there. He's just a junior. Tight end linebacker.
Stewart comes split to the near side. Grant Knowlton and Litvand are the running backs, and on the option play, Cernich is going to keep it. Big yardage.
He's gone.
Nope.
He made.
He got slowed up, and he gets bulldogged by.
Ball was down.
Yep, he got bulldogged by Longwell inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. He did a lot of this himself after he gets past this point.
Great moves. He's good athlete.
Sure he is. There's the guy I thought had a chance to stop it. Watch 33. He's the guy that'll get him. And he tried to strip the ball away, but he didn't. So the Irish, as we return to live action, with the ball on the 15-yard line, first down and 10. They turn field position real fast in the toss on the sweep. Denning dives over the tackle and gets down to about the 13-yard line. Longwell again gets called.
Walls came through there, that big 235-pound linebacker, and just messed the play up. Pretty critical series right now.
Gain of 2, second down and 8.
You want to bet the option comes up here for too long, do you?
Litvin on the tail of the I formation tandem, and there's the option play going to the left side. Litvin has his wheels taken out from under him, and coming up and making the tackle was Cabano, the quarterback, who also doubles as a D-back. You were right, and they played it well. Though I think the
Cabool was set up that time, though. They had their men, it almost looked like a 6-man line, and they were all set outside. The middle might even gone quite a ways for a sneak that time. See how they defend it this time.
Loss of a couple of yards. It's 3rd and 10 from the 15. Cernich to pass. Cernich rolls. He's looking. Now he's going to run. And Cernich delivers the hit as he gets inside the 5. And that'll be good for a first down.
He is impressive.
But what I liked about him, Coach, is he ducked his head and he delivered the blow that time as opposed to reacting and taking the hits.
Sure it does. Watch him here.
This is going to result in a first down. And right here, he's going to lower his head and get some yards. Boom.
This shows you what kind of quarterback you need to run this offense, right?
So it's 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Irish trying to take the lead back. They fell behind. Tail end of the first quarter with 2:17 to go, and Nate Perry hit a 30-yard field goal. Litvin brings the play in, and we may have had a timeout there taken by Cabool. We didn't see it signaled. Now the Irish to the line. Knowlton down close to the goal line.
Blocking didn't occur that time. Big old 77 sitting there and made the hit. 255-pounder.
He ran right into him. He was able to play off a wand. And
hey, big 77 is just a freshman. 5'10", 255-pounder.
Justin Knoll was also there to help out. He's a 250-pound man.
Whiz. I wonder what he'll look like as a senior.
2nd and goal from the 3. Denning on the tail of the I formation tandem. Option play. Cernich, Denning. Touchdown, Irish.
Well, I had that one called. I thought maybe he might just keep it, come down the line and find a hole and go into it himself, but he did come down, and that time they didn't have the pitch man covered. It just shows you every time. Good block. Here the cornerback didn't get up to make the stop. Number 25 had to come across and make the tackle.
Denning will hold, and Kirk Schluter will attempt to make it 32
He
of
probably
36.
was a safety.
You think so? Ball is down, the kick. It's good. 9:15 to play, third quarter. It's 14-10. The Fighting Irish have the lead.
Feeling like your equipment is a little outdated? Let Backcountry Outfitters get you up to date on the latest in outdoor and fly fishing equipment. With everything from shoes and waders to fly rods and reels, Backcountry Outfitters makes the great outdoors a little more enjoyable. You can even take one of their fly tying or fly casting classes. Gift giving is a little easier with their gift certificates and layaway. Backcountry Outfitters, making the great outdoors even greater. Battlefield in Fremont and the Fremont Shopping Center.
Every weekend there's lots of college football you want to see, but can't. One solution? Get cloned. Get yourselves tickets and hit the road. Here's a better game plan.
ESPN Game Plan.
Every weekend, great college football games from top conferences you can't normally see. Sent right to you. So subscribe now.
The ESPN Game Plan. It can't be duplicated.
Check Friday's USA Today for Saturday's game plan.
High end-over-end kick is going to go out of bounds at the 10-yard line. They'll bring it out to the 35.
Two of those.
I think they're going to bring it to the 35. What do you want, Bet?
That's not a good job. You really don't hate to do that. But you don't pin them deep. You hate to give them that ball on that 35-yard line.
Well, that's the second time tonight that's happened after both touchdowns for the Irish. They lead 14-10 with 9:15 to play here in the quarter number 3. So for the first time here in the second half, Cabool will get their hands on the football.
And the first time in a long time that the Irish have been up.
Cabano working with a full house backfield. And on the counter play, the handoff doesn't get much, and
I think I'm really amazed at the number of counter plays that they have run in this last couple of quarters, because very early they were handed that big fullback, and he was going straight ahead, and he was very tough to stop.
Well, Shemetsky that time gets it on the counter play, and just nothing there. May have gained a half yard. We're going to call it 2nd and 10. 14-10, Springfield Catholic on top. They're the number 2 team in Class 2A state. They finished second last year, losing in the championship game at the TWA Dome. Cabano tries to roll out. Seth Wand is among a host of Irish tacklers to get there and drop him for a loss. He may get progress, which will mean that he only loses about a yard.
It's good defense. Big Seth Wand comes across. They've got 2 or 3 big-time players on the Irish team.
They may have, you know, when you talk about the best back and the best lineman in town, they may have them right here.
They're going to be close. It's going to be a close vote for it.
Back to pass. Cabano flips it out, and Longwell gets nailed in his tracks by Kyle Cernich, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. He's tackled at the 39-yard line to bring up 4th down.
I don't know. Do you want Cernich to play offense or defense?
I'd like this tackle, though. Look at this.
Watch this great tackle. Breaks down good. Bang.
Yep. Stuck a shoulder in there and made sure that he didn't get away. So it's 4th down. Longwell will kick it away. Stewart standing back at his own 35-yard line. And it's blocked. The kick is blocked by the Fighting Irish. Chris Coleman blocks it and then recovers it. Well, I tell you what, he does it all, Coach. He blocks it, and now he's going to recover it.
He could have dunked the basketball on that one.
The only thing I've seen better was in an Evangel game a couple of weeks ago where I believe it was Steve Edwards blocked the kick and caught it and ran in for a touchdown.
That would have been a great play.
On the option, Cernich is going to keep and
fumbles
loses the ball, and it goes right back. But let's see. They are going to call it a dead ball. It was down. So Cabool unable to strip it away before the whistle had blown. You watch this again, and Cernich had to take it away from Knowlton, and he was down. That was a good call. His knee hit the ground before the player took it away from him, but it was very close.
Boy, it sure was. Coach, of course, their coach is on the other sideline, and watch it.
Take a look at that. That is amazing. You block it and then recover it.
Big series right here if they can get this touchdown in.
2nd down and 7. Cernich is going to throw. He steps up. He's looking. He's going long. He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Mark Stewart.
Great pass. He just threw it in the air, a big lob, and said Stewart can out-jump him back there, and he sure did. This momentum of this ball game has drastically changed in the last 2 series. Watch him just lay the ball up. Little fake to hold him. And Stewart out-jumps the defenders.
A 23-yard pass to make it 20-10. And Schluter in to add the extra point, which he does. 6:31 to go, 3rd quarter. The Irish lead by 11 at 21-10.
Hi, I'm Larry Lipscomb. Chesterfield Village is a perfect example of why Buy-Right prints 2 phone books a year. Many of these stores have only been open a short while, and they won't be listing the bell book for months, but they're in Buy-Right now. For a retailer, being in the phone book is crucial. Buy-Right will give you a big head start like it did for Chesterfield Village.
Consumers prefer Buy-Right 2-to-1 over Bell. Advertisers get lower prices, bigger print, and twice-a-year updates. 97% of Buy-Right clients renew their Yellow Pages ad every year. Buy-Right works.
Here's the touchdown play again. It looks like at this point he's playing basketball for him to jump up and dunk it. Great pass play. Good blocking, plenty of protection. Mark Stewart, 6'3", 190-pounder. So he's towering up above those D-backs, I believe.
You know, Chris Coleman, the guy who blocked that kick. As we take a look at Longwell, who breaks free. Nice return. And the kicker is able to run him out of bounds.
Boy, but not before he got down to the 30-yard line. There's the referee down there making the tackle also, looks like. So that changed this ball game back around again. Irish pretty well controlling the ball game till this kickoff return. He's a pretty good running back.
Yes, he is. Gained over 1,000 yards coming in. And
good speed. Watch him outrun a few people.
so he's going to be down on the 32-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
It'll be a big series right here for the Irish to stop.
Double wing set, or the wing T set. The handoff to Wall straight ahead.
Yeah, he's gone back. That was a series that he really moved the football on before. That is Cabool, when they first started the football game, but they hadn't gone back to it much. They were using an awful lot of counters.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for
That was a real good hit by Chris Coleman that time. The Irish have good fundamentals. Good fundamental football team.
Once again, Walls bangs into the line. This time, Coleman and Wand are there.
I guess maybe I can see what their coach saw at the same period of time. He isn't making much on this handoff right now.
No.
The Irish are whipping him at the line of scrimmage. Look at this hit.
Well,
Just stood him up.
Yeah, and he tried to slide away, and there wasn't much there. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Ball on the 30-yard line. 5:20 left to play, 3rd quarter. And Cabano to pass. The blitz is on. He gets a pass away. Longwell with a catch and slips and falls as he gets to the 30-yard line. Maybe the 29, and he'll be stopped short of 1st down yard.
Coleman was the first one to grab him.
Yeah, but
it's
boy,
a little flare pass out here to the wingback.
And Coleman, there he was down right there. So it's 4th down, and the Bulldogs are going to go for it.
You'd really say this is a big play in the ball game now. 4:47.
Yep. And it's 4th and 7. Twins to the right side. And Cabano is going to throw. He sets up. He fires long. He's got a man out there, but it's knocked away defensively. by Nick Denning. And I like that play because he had a chance to pick that ball off and could have intercepted it, but he knew that he wouldn't get the ball back to the line of scrimmage.
The only other play I wish, though, that he wouldn't knock it so far up in the air because they still would have a chance.
But he was trying to knock it away right
he
here.
Come straight down with it. That's what he's really trying to do, and you are right, which is very intelligent football. There's a lot of guys might have intercepted it back there and
tried to take their chances.
And lost yardage, sure.
So the Irish, leading 21-10, have the football. Been a big third quarter for Springfield Catholic. Littman off tackle to the outside, has a first down and more. He is out over the 40 to about the 43-yard line. He's tackled on the play by Michael Jones.
Good blocking and some real good cuts. Watch him make these moves and lose these tacklers.
Jones comes up. This is just a sophomore who puts the tackle on him, though.
This series here is a backbreaker for Cabool if the Irish can get it in.
Out of the I formation, Stewart to the right. Cernich is going to run the counter option. Has big yardage into Cabool territory and a first down at the 48-yard line, maybe the 47.
He's got good speed. I bet he's a good track man, too.
They're going to call for a measurement, Coach, but
he gets that head down and goes straight just at those people as hard and fast as he can go. And as big a young man as he is, he's going to make yardage.
The way they've got him spotted, it's right in front of us. I don't believe he's going to get a first down, or if he does, it'll be by the hair of his chinny chin.
It's really good offensive coaching on this part of the play that they have in for him to keep inside rather than just a total pitch.
Well, the guys who do a lot of the coaching, Lance Jarman, offensive line coach Sam Wutke. He was a quarterback for the Irish. He's the co-offensive coordinator. Those two guys do a bulk of the offensive work while Coach Corneliuson works with the defense. That was always his job when he was an assistant. Cabool is going to take time out. It's second down and short with 3:54 remaining in the third quarter. 21-10. Springfield Catholic has the advantage. Give us a chance to remind you that our game next week right here on Cable 36 will be the Glendale Falcons and the Kickapoo Chiefs. Glendale has already won their game tonight, beating Parkview, and last report we heard, Kickapoo was losing down in Joplin.
15-6 with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And Glendale a 35-0 winner over Parkview. So if Glendale were to win next week's game and Joplin continues on and they win, I guess they play Parkview next week. Joplin does, don't they?
I believe you're right.
That could set up a district championship game in the final week of the season. But next week we've got Glendale and Kickapoo, and trust me,
Parkview's at Joplin next week.
Trust me, Kickapoo's going to have a lot to say about whether or not Glendale is going to be able to play for a district title.
Now that game there, you throw everything out, and it's blood for blood and everything else, isn't it?
Just about. Second down the yard from the 47.
It is the biggest rivalry in town, of course.
Cernich with a quick drop, floats it long. Stewart's out there, and he throws it short at the 30-yard line.
Pass intended for Mark Stewart is incomplete.
Kickapoo has fought its way back at Joplin, though.
Yep.
They did up through probably 3 quarters, had no points at all.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a pretty good football team. We might be seeing one of the better teams in town right here in the 2A.
I don't think there's doubt. It's a good football game.
On third down in the yard, Cernich is going to sneak it forward and get first down yardage. It's not going to happen every year where you're going to see a successful 2A ball club be able to hang with 4A and 5A teams, but I think this could be one of them that could.
Could be one of them. You are right. But, you know, you talk about that, and of course I was talking about the girls golf, and a 2A team won the girls golf this year.
Yeah.
Which is so unusual.
47-yard line, first down and 10 with 3.5 minutes to play. And the officials are going to take time.
Well, I'd hate to go out there and look for a contact, wouldn't you?
I don't think I'd do it. I'd say, you got enough money to buy another one? Turn it into your insurance. I'm not sure that was the problem. No. Cernich will run the option after a fake to the fullback. Cernich will get first down yardage inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line.
I'll tell you what, it's sure here's good pull by number 77 Goodman this time. It sets it up, but Cernich can get through. It seems like to me sometimes the smallest hole up through there.
You don't have to get a whole lot of blocking room.
No, you don't. And he's quick enough that he's on by that tackler before he knows it.
I think Coach Paul Mullins said it best a number of years ago when he had Glenn Adams at Greenwood, and the likes of our colleague Scott McCauley, who was blocking for him. He said, just get in somebody's way, son. He'll do the rest. That's all you have to do with Cernich. He'll just get in somebody's way. And then, of course, you can give it to the big fullback, Knowlton, pounding away on the inside.
They have a good football
yardage.
team.
They do.
Good line, both offensive and defensive. And, of course, a lot of these guys are playing both ways, and they have good size. They have good speed, good quarterback.
That's the thing that you see on well, of course, we're seeing it now in Springfield because the numbers in the 5A schools are a lot like the numbers here.
Right.
In fact, Catholic may have better numbers than the 4A.
Some of the bigger schools right now.
But you see guys playing both ways. Coming to the near side of the option.
Great pitch.
And they shut Littman down. He'll be short of first down yardage. It'll bring up third down at about 4 or 5.
It gets hit pretty good, but a great pitch. Just didn't get sealed outside. I think so. You know, it wouldn't surprise me someday you may see in 1A Division I football that with the number of scholarships being reduced all the time, that there'll be a lot of people that might go both ways at that level too. Quick slant is wide open up on top right now.
Third down at about 6. Stewart split wide to the left side. They're looking at the pass play, and instead they run it out to the tight end, and it's intercepted.
Definitely overthrown a little bit.
They were looking for Tyler York, and it bounced off his hand. The ball was thrown high.
Just a little high.
But he was open. And Cabano, I believe, is the player who made the interception. So with a minute 36 to go, Cabool thwarts the nice drive. The Irish leading it 21-10.
Big plus the turnover is down in their territory. They've got the whole field to go, so if you're going to make a mistake, then that's the place to make it.
Back into the quarterback spot for Cabool is John Briggs. And Briggs will give it to the fullback. Walls will get a yard at best.
I think they're going to make sure that he doesn't make all the yardage up the middle.
A 14-point third quarter for the Irish, and they lead 21-10. Clock continues to run as Cabool takes its time. Full house in the backfield. We have the wide receiver to the near side. And again, the ball stays on the ground.
And this time that counter works a little bit better than before. After handed off 2 or 3 times to the fullback, then maybe they did go for the fake a little bit more.
Longwell lost the football, and the Irish
now we're going to
say they have it.
Come together and talk it over.
Yeah. Gene Barnes and crew getting together and that looks like they're having a lively discussion amongst themselves.
That's what's tough, isn't it?
Look at the pile up and see if the ball pops free. And the Irish have it. The ball was stripped away right there.
It sure was. You can see it. He did take it away, and the guy was still driving. So that was an exceptionally good call.
Yep.
And they're going to call a timeout so he can come over and coach can talk to the referee, I'd bet you.
Well, he's talking about it.
Matter of fact, he's out almost to the hash talking to him.
And right there, the progress was still going forward.
He's still moving. He sure was. No, he was not.
That was a good call. And Cooper Carell, the head coach, Still talking with Gene Barnes, but...
And I don't blame him.
I don't either, but at this point, we know that the referee was right.
Right.
Because we get to look at it for the third time. So good camera work, folks. Look, now watch his knee. The ball has been taken away. You can still see the knees are up off the ground, and he's still going forward.
You are right.
That was a good call.
I'm sure Coach is saying here, you can just almost see it where he pointed down to the ground a while ago. The ball was down.
Well, you know, when we started off on the first fumble of the game, when it looked like that we caught him in a mistake, that's been the only one. We've had 2 or 3 other close calls, and they've been right on it.
They sure have.
So Gene Barnes and crew doing a good job.
They do
tonight.
a good job.
Yes,
they've been officiating quite a while.
So with 48 seconds to go, the Fighting Irish have the football after the turnover. And Cernich is going to have Litvan and Knowlton behind him in the I formation. Stewart is going to come split to the right side, and Gallagher will be in tight on the near side with York on the far side out of the I formation. Play action fake, and Cernich is going to throw. All alone over the middle. Stewart makes the catch, and he is in for the touchdown.
Surprise, 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 right?
33 yards for the score.
What were you looking for, fullback?
No, I was looking for the pass.
You were looking for the pass.
I was looking pass.
You were.
Yes. I believe in throwing the ball. That's the way I believe it. After a turnover, I believe in trying to go deep.
You'd be a passing coach then,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir, I would.
Okay, there you go.
I would throw the ball all over the line. May not win many games, but I'd throw it all over the line.
Okay.
Schluter in to add the extra point. It is 27.
It really was a great play call, though. It fooled them to pieces.
28-10 as the extra point is good with 40 seconds to go.
As you called another pass play right. That's great pass protection because they were expecting fullback up here through the middle. Watch how open he is.
I'm not sure I would have called that particular, pass play, but I would have tried to throw the ball downfield. I think
why not that pass play?
Well, obviously it worked.
There you go.
What I'm saying is, though, I think if they were looking past, they were looking straight down the field at the post on this side, as opposed to having him cross.
Right. That secondary man deep, that post pattern is pretty tough to cover, particularly if they're looking for the fullback to carry it.
In the last 6.5 minutes, Stewart has caught a 23-yard pass and a 33-yard pass from Cernich for scores. Yeah, Stu Dunlop and I used to argue about that all the time. And he said, you throw the ball down the field on every play. And I said, yep, you're right. I was ahead of that West Coast offense stuff.
Yeah, right.
Of course, like you say, I was Darryl LaMonica. I'd throw that thing deep on every play. I'd either get a quick 6 or I'd go 3 and out real fast.
I wonder where Coryell is right now.
I don't know. Well, what made you think of him?
He was just a great pass master. I thought really had the cardiac Cardinals at that time.
Oh, yeah. Longwell will
get hit hard.
Yep. He was going to attempt to bring it out, and he got hit. What is the other thing that Al Davis used to say is he used to say it about the quarterback, but I guess the leading ball carrier of the other team, he must be hit, and he must be hit hard. Hard. Pretty good defensive strategy. Your leading ball carrier, you probably need to try and intimidate him and hit him and knock him down hard. They've done that for the most part with Longwell. It's been Walls and Cabano who've done the damage tonight.
They're going to have to make something happen before too long.
The toss and the sweep, and that play goes nowhere.
See them making it happen. Of course, the Irish made it happen. It's a good job of the defense.
This has been an outstanding quarter, a 21-point quarter for Springfield Catholic.
This was Ricky on the tackle.
They went in there and got things changed back around and fixed up there, didn't they? It looked a little sharper this half.
They certainly have. And we head to the fourth quarter. 28-10, the Fighting Irish have the lead as you take a look at the touchdown pass as we go out. We get set to start the fourth quarter. Springfield Catholic with a big lead.
In this great home furnishing business, every once in a while a particular group comes along which is outstanding in quality, style, and value. We are proud to present the Ducks Unlimited collection in the factory direct sales and ordering rooms at North Carolina Furniture Mart. Beautifully styled in the outdoor casual tradition and available to you at our factory direct price due to ongoing marketing studies. We have public buying hours every day until 6 at our only location in the Tulsa-Bixby area at 121st and South Memorial, in Springdale, Arkansas, and in Nixa, Missouri.
A family.
It's 28-10. The Fighting Irish have the advantage. Rob Evans with Jim Pearson back at Swiss Elm Field, our Cable 36 high school game of the week. No Bears football this week. They're on the road at Western Illinois in Macomb. Next week they'll be home. It'll be homecoming, final home game of the year against the University of Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa.
Quite a homecoming pick, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, hope they go down there and win down there, and that would set that big ball game up.
This is the key week, I think. As you start fourth quarter play, Cabool with the handoff on first down. If the Bears are to entertain hopes of winning the Gateway, they probably need to win this week because it will be very, very tough to win at Youngstown.
I think you're right.
Even though...
And if they could win this one and win the next one, then the odds are they would be in the playoff no matter...
Exactly.
If they were to beat Youngstown or not.
You don't want to have to go to Youngstown needing a victory. That would be very tough to get. So this probably will be the key game. Flip the ball out, looking for Longwell in the flat. The pass is incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down. And about 6 to go.
Just a little flare pass, and he was open wide enough. Had he gotten him on the button, he might have had a chance to make it with his speed. But his ifs don't count much. He didn't do it. They're going to have to punt back to the Irish.
Well, I don't know that they're going to, though. They say they are, but looks could be deceiving. Longwell is your punter, and he can run with the ball. They need 6, but he is going to kick. Low kick. Stewart will field at the 37, and he gets hog-collared and tossed down.
He looked like shortstop on that play, didn't he?
Sure did. Ball bounced right up to him.
Right up to him. Makes a good move outside.
Sheminsky with a nice outside.
Gets the ball over to the outside, too, so they won't get hit inside. But he was bulldogged down.
Yep.
And just control the football and the clock. They've got it all wrapped up. 11:15. Just hold on the ball and move it.
Stewart right. They'll line up double tight with an I formation. John Litvan on the tail of the tandem, but it'll be Grant Knowlton who goes straight ahead for a yard, maybe 2, from the 44 to the 46. Second down and 8, but more importantly, in the left-hand corner of your screen, that thing keeps running.
The Ally.
28-10. At halftime, it was 10-7. Cabool was on top, but it's been a different game since then.
Once they've gained the momentum, they sure have kept it. You can look up on top of the screen how the slant pass is open if you ever get to that point.
Denning on the toss, and he'll take it into Cabool territory at the 48. He'll be a yard or 2 short of first down yardage. He's their backup quarterback. He's a junior. He's also the guy that comes in when they feel like they need to put another good receiver out there with Stewart, and they move Cernich to the receiver spot.
I noticed that Cernich had 9 receptions for 205 yards, I believe.
And from what we understand, according to Coach Edelman over here, Denning, pretty good baseball pitcher, too. That pass is caught over the middle. The
Well,
tight
that
end
was a
makes
surprise,
the catch.
wasn't it?
That's Rick Gallagher.
That was a great catch as that tight end.
You love this pass play,
tight
don't
end quickie pass.
You like that, don't you? Just
Yes.
a quick drop, quarterback stands in.
Well, we threw ours just a little quicker, but he had to get behind the defensive people that time because they were up.
He could have thrown it quicker, but he had time to wait, so he could wait for the receiver to break open. He probably could have found another one because I believe they had another receiver out there that was open on the play as well.
Oh, you can look over here to the right to the quick slant right now, or anything you want to throw over there.
Yeah. On the option, Denning. Denning turns the corner, has a first down. inside the 25 to about the 23.
Because you'll say basically Cabool is defending inside right now. You don't see many people outside when this play occurs. He comes down the line of scrimmage on his fake, and here's the pitch. There is no cornerback there to stop him.
I guess you have to respect the receiver that's out there.
Yep.
And once he breaks that tackle, he gets another 10 yards.
And then they're going to have to go with a safety back and a corner up. And somebody's going to have to come to the pitch man if they're going to stop a pitch.
But then that opens something else up, right? First and 10. Cernich keeps. Cabool trying to tackle the football that time as Shemitsky tried to tackle the football away from him, but the clock continues to run as this drive has been a nice one for the Fighting Irish. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 25-yard line. Joplin defeated Kickapoo 15-14. So that sets up the game next week that we have here. Kickapoo needing a win to keep their district hopes alive.
Right, Kickapoo had a heck of a comeback.
They were down 15-0 at one point in that game.
Right, and then they came back 15-6. Went for the must have gone for 2 points. Got their 8 after it was 15-6.
Going to be third down and about a yard. Ball on the 20-yard line. On the counter option, and then he decides to sneak it straight ahead. Cernich is going to get first down yardage.
Yeah, that was quite a play.
I think he just saw the opening and went for it.
Well, I think so.
Because he was supposed to go that way, and he said no.
Go that way, and said no. I think it's better back this way.
On the 15.
And that's the thing to do right now is control the clock and move the football. As long as you have it, they aren't going to win.
Denning in to cap off the I formation out of the double tight set.
Been very impressed with the Irish tonight.
I have too. Straight ahead, Knowlton. First, he could be close to a first down.
Good burst of speed that time.
Take a look at this one again.
Grant Knowlton is a senior.
Michael Jones on the tackle.
Breaks a tackle there.
Does a good break tackle, sure.
I say that. He was knocked down about a yard short of first down yardage. Out of the I formation. Litvin gets the handoff.
Right, came back to the counter play.
Yep.
Takes full back and turned back around again. Reverse spin.
Brandon Robbins on the tackle.
Very basic right here now.
Good trap. Number 66 comes a little bit deep probably. Allows the man then to come back up inside. That's a tough trap.
Third and a short 1.
Third down, about a yard. Cernich will keep. Pitch. Denning. First down. Touchdown.
I'll tell you what, they are gamblers. They don't straight ahead or anything. They come out there and they run that option like it should be. Watch this pitch. Still, that cornerback is not outside.
4 yards for Denning.
It's amazing how early they were stopping that the pitch man. But the D-back on that side has gotten caught inside the last couple of times.
So Schluter will attempt to add the extra point again and make this one a 35-10 game. 6:16 remaining. The kick is good. The Irish lead by 25 after trailing 10-7 at halftime. Catholic leads it 35-10.
I'm Larry Lipscomb. Chesterfield Village is a perfect example of why Byright prints 2 phone books a year. Many of these stores have only been open a short while, and they won't be listed in the bell book for months, but they're in Byright now. For a retailer, being in the phone book is crucial. Byright will give you a big head start like it did for Chesterfield Village.
Consumers prefer Byright 2-to-1 over Bell. Advertisers get lower prices, bigger print, and twice-a-year updates. 97% of Byright clients renew their Yellow Pages ad every year. Byright works.
When it's dark out, everything moves faster. The lights go on, the field's hotter, the crowd's louder, and the intensity boiling up all day inside each player is let loose on the field. Sunday night, NFL on TNT, the best time for football. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 6 Central.
Big second half for the Irish. 28-point second half to be exact. It was 10-7 at the end of the first quarter. And the Irish kick it away. Slomansky is going to have a nice return. He's a 5'10" junior. First down and 10 for Cabool at the 30-yard line.
Tomorrow morning
It's a pretty happy evening, isn't it?
there will be a replay of tonight's game on
okay.
Right. Irish have looked good.
1550. So if you want to listen to a replay, please tune in.
On first down, the counter play to Szymanski, and he's going to get first down yardage.
Good
Spin
play.
to the 46-yard line.
Sure did. He hit quick, too.
And there's an aside, you can hear my commercial.
Watch this reverse counter coming back over here, and quarterback comes this way and fools most people.
Yep.
Good run.
And I think you'll enjoy it.
Got 35 to 10, though, with 5 minutes. Is going to be hard to catch.
Once again, Szymanski gets the call, and this time, he may get a yard.
Yeah, they tried to counter back to this side this time. The Irish were too smart.
Under
Didn't
6
go for
minutes to
any
go. Nope, not this time.
Just play good, solid defense.
Longwell was their big ball carrier coming in, but he has been a decoy most of the night offensively. On second down, Cabano sneaks it straight ahead and has the first down as he gets tossed by Knowlton after getting into Irish territory at the 40-yard line. Watch this. I think he used his quickness more than anything.
Sure did.
Coach.
He caught him probably not defending that inside that way and kept it good yardage.
5 minutes to play. Full house backfield, and again the quarterback sneaks it straight ahead, and this time he doesn't find as much success there.
That's what you call April Fool that time, right?
Well, it's called fool me once.
Yeah.
Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. And the Irish.
I agree to that one.
Yep.
It didn't work twice. And, of course, all this with no passing or anything else. Clock still runs.
Longwell falls forward for another yard. It'll be third down at about 8.
I think the Irish probably let them run this kind of thing for the next 4 minutes, don't you?
Oh, I think so. Almost as if the Bulldogs are wanting to dig into the 20, save the gear, and get out of town.
Well, it's just there's only one way that you could possibly win, and that's be to pass the football. And maybe, I'm sure, like Coach said, that they're not a passing football team.
Right.
So it's hard to do something that you can't.
And as they try to pass, he's going long. He flies it out there for as much as he's worth, and Cernich intercepts at about the 15-yard line. And we're talking about Cabano, who fired that thing downfield for all he was worth, and Cernich picked it off.
See how high of a thing is? He gets hit hard, too. He just hauls off and throws it.
And you finally see it come into your picture is Briggs. The intended receiver makes the catch.
Yeah, it looked like Stearns was almost running a deep circle, didn't it? Because it's thrown right to him. So I'm going to bring you out of the ball game, protect you right now.
Yeah.
Which is a good philosophy, Coach.
And also, Denning is not even in there at this point. I believe we have the JV squad in there.
Which is a good idea. Keep both hands over it and control the clock is all they have to do.
Justin Moore is the quarterback. So we'll check some new numbers that come into the game. Moore, number 19, the quarterback. .320 left to play, as you see. Second down and 9. Out of the I formation, the Irish line up double tight of the toss. Out of the I formation to Michael Tilton. He's a sophomore running back. Not a lot of yardage there. It'll bring up third down and 9 yards to go.
He's talking about speed. Sitting over here to our left is one of the speediest split receivers that Kickapoo ever had.
Yeah,
you talk about burners. Mark Edelman had them.
You didn't have anybody to throw it to him, though, did you?
No, nobody but Ken Stringer. Set a lot of records at SMS.
On the option play, Tilton gets to the corner.
Good job.
My question is, though, did Edelman catch him when you threw him to him?
He caught him.
Did he?
He caught him. Almost beat Joplin just on a big, long play. I'll tell you, it's surprising me right now that, you thought, well, they might be down here and be a little conservative, but they haven't stopped running the option, which has been gaining good yardage for him lately. And he's starting to do a lot more substituting.
4th down and 1, and he's going to bring the punting team in. There's your time remaining. You're in a situation where you could probably go for it and get the yardage, but with a 25-point lead, no need to do that. The Irish coaches will give the football back now before the play gets underway. A delay of game against the Irish. That, I don't believe, has Coach Corneliuson too happy. You can see him walking out on the field in his short sleeves. Now he backs up. Glad to see Bobby have the success as the head coach. He's been a long time assistant.
Yes, I agree
here.
with you. He's done a great job. Just picked it right up and gone on.
Over at Greenwood with Paul Mullins for a few years. And worked here at Springfield Catholic under a couple of head coaches. I know him here with Bob Stouffer, and I believe even with Fred Red before that. Snap is low. They send everybody in, and Stewart gets the kick away.
It's going to roll. Watch it go.
Will. So that's going to take the ball all the way back inside the 40 to the 37-yard line.
I don't know what kind of miracle it would take, but I think the Irish are still going to stay undefeated.
I think you're right. And as far as Cabool is concerned, there should be no hanging of their heads as they bring the freshman into the ball game. Their place kicker is Nate Perry, and he's also a quarterback. So he'll get a chance to run some offensive snaps with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go.
Let's see if he's a passer.
One thing about it, though, you look at Cabool's losses, this would be their third. West Plains, Salem, and now Catholic. Pretty good company.
Yes, they have. They play tough schedule.
On the handoff, the ball carrier is Billy Hensley, another freshman at the halfback spot who's in there.
It's just all...
Now some of the defensive linemen and defensive players are being brought out to a round of applause.
That's always the fun part, isn't it?
Yeah.
Substitutes like this, think this part of the game, knowing you've got it won and you've played great. Looking forward to the next one.
95 seconds to go. And again, the handoff to Hensley, and Hensley gets knocked down even though there's some clean green jerseys in there. The going is still tough, and it'll bring up third down. He gains back the yard that he lost, so it's 3rd and 10.
Been a very enthusiastic game, enthusiastic crowd. The stands are totally full. This is what football's about.
Yes, sir. I can agree with you wholeheartedly. And it has been a great crowd here at Swiss Elm Field this evening. Down to a minute to play, and it's 3rd and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line and breaking to the outside, but still short, I believe, of first down yardage is Hensley again.
As you do mention, it's a good man to name the field after, Bruce Swisshelm.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's sure done a lot for athletics in Springfield. He helps us to sponsor this year our 30th Fellowship of Christian Athletes golf tournament, in which we try to take the money and send young men to camp.
That was a first down run for Hensley, and I can echo the sentiments. Bruce Swisshelm has been very, very generous in support of athletics in Southwest Missouri since he arrived here a number of years ago. Hensley will get caught behind the line with a half minute to play.
Hensley, the ball carrier, brought down by Andy Eck.
I tell you what, having known Bruce, having known him for a number of years, you can understand that. To know him is to understand. Of course, he's an old football coach like yourself.
He was smarter, though, see. He got out and went with burgers, right?
I guess so. Been a pretty good way to help athletics here.
It sure has.
That's the ball game. Our final. Springfield Catholic Fighting Irish win it. It's the Irish 35, Cabool 10.
TJ Sales is Springfield's #1 supplier of imprinted sportswear. TJ Sales can make your upcoming family or class reunion, Bible school, team camp, or business promotion a success with your logo or design imprinted on t-shirts, hats, and jackets. TJ's has a complete art department and state-of-the-art production that can get your order done fast. Remember, when you're talking t-shirts, you're talking TJ Sales.
Talking t-shirts, talking TJ.
Summertime. What better time to adopt a pet? Man's best friend just seems to go along with all that summer brings. Affectionate and intelligent, the Greyhound is quickly becoming the dog of choice as a family pet. Professionally trained Greyhounds retire after only 2 to 3 years on the track. What happens next? The lucky ones find caring homes. Adopt a Greyhound today and you've got a friend for life. Call the Springfield chapter of the Greyhound Pets of America at 883-8156.
Our final here this evening, 35-10. The Fighting Irish of Springfield Catholic improved to 8-0 and do nothing to hurt their #2 ranking in Class 2A state. Through the first quarter, though, Jim, it looked like it was going to be a possible Cabool upset, but in the second half, Kyle Cernich got things unlimbered. It was 10-7 at the end of the first quarter and at halftime, but the Irish scored 21 third-quarter points, including that pass play to Mark Stewart. He caught 2 touchdown passes, and Nick Denning ran for 2 touchdowns, and the Irish win it big, scoring 25 unanswered points in the second half, I should say 28, to win it by a 35-10 score. Next week, Glendale and Kickapoo. We invite you to join us. For Jim Pearson, I'm Rob Evans, and on our entire Cable 36 crew, the Irish win it 35-10. So long, everybody.
Nowadays, you cannot function without knowing enough about computers to at least do word processing.
If we're having to use them every day,
We really need them. These kids really deserve a chance to learn the computers so that they can compete in the modern world.
For long ball sports.